Da ima nevjerojatno precizna i točna zapažanja, znamo još iz njegovih urnebesnih priča o strahu od propuha, punici, koja je moralna vertikala u Hrvatskoj i našoj opsjednutosti papučama. Pa nas je zanimalo što je Amerikanac koji živi u Hrvatskoj, profesor Cody McClain Brown, zapazio u novoj američkoj vlasti. Evo razgovora koji smo unaprijed snimali. Cody, thank you for coming to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So the golden era in the US has started, so this means you are leaving immediately, ASAP, moving to the US, right?
Yes, absolutely. Bags are packed, tickets are booked. No, actually, I feel like now I'm not just an expat, I'm a political dissident living in exile.
Probably a good decision. I wanted to ask you, what are some of the decisions that Trump made or has announced that have been most shocking to you?
To me, the most shocking thing was his executive order ending birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship is in the Constitution, and so by signing this executive order, he's basically saying the Constitution, the rules that are supposed to constrain the power of the state and the government and everything, those don't apply to me.
What do you expect to happen this time around? How will Trump 2.0 be different?
I imagine it'll be just as chaotic, but a little bit more competent.
One of the biggest decisions is to deport illegal immigrants. Is this doable?
Yes, I think so. So yesterday he declared the cartels, the drug cartels, terrorist organizations. Mm-hmm. I think this is done in order to eventually enact the Alien Enemies Act of 17-something that will then allow him to deport people that are from countries that the U.S. is at war with. And by declaring the cartels terrorist organizations and using the war on terror, I think that will be used to mass deport tons of people.
So what do you think? He also announced that he's going to bring tariffs up to 25% for Canada and Mexico. Are your friends, do people in America worry now that they're going to have to pay bigger prices for everything?
Some do. Other people that worried about the prices of things voted for Donald Trump, and he said he was going to do this. So, yeah, I mean, the whole thing is weird. He said yesterday that he's going to create the External Revenue Service to collect tariffs, which we already have. It's called customs. So I don't really understand where any of the reality of this policy is.
So do you believe in the reality of RFK being a health warrior, someone who is now going to make sodas less sugary, who is now going to fight obesity? Do you believe in this success of this?
No. One, I don't know if he'll actually get the nomination. Second, it's weird because this is very much against the food industry. And Trump seems all about supporting industry, and he's for less regulation. So I don't really see that actually happening.
So we have this curious case of Elon Musk. Now the whole world is debating whether what we saw yesterday was a Nazi salute or not. What do you think?
Well, first off, if when it comes to ooh, is that really a Nazi salute or not? It's better to err on the side of yes. You shouldn't be making gestures that can be confused for Nazi salutes. But I think if you look at the overall picture of Musk, his support for the far right in Germany, his retweeting of conspiracy theories about immigrants, then to me it was probably a Nazi salute. So
speaking of Musk, recently he supported the AfD. He said this is the only possible solution for Germany. So what do you think? The media is now saying how the US is very strong and Europe is weak. As an American living in Europe, do you agree with this?
No. I don't agree with this. I think Europe is strong because it's still democratic. The U.S. is strong in terms of its GDP, but its GDP doesn't represent the standard of living or the quality of life, and Europe has a much better and higher quality of life than the United States has. And I think that, one of the reasons why the U.S. can be strong is because we do spend $900 billion on our defense but that's not necessarily a sign of strength. To me, that's a sign of weakness.
So yesterday we saw Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk had a prime spot on the inauguration. What do you think this means for the future of the U.S.? Will they have a prime spot in the Trump's administration? What does it mean?
Yeah, I think what they were doing were making sure that Trump doesn't mess with them, but also sort of creating this relationship with him. It's very disturbing, given that all those individuals control the means by which we communicate and entertain ourselves. And that's a lot of power for a very few people to have, and especially when they now have a very cozy relationship with a person who has a lot of authoritarian tendencies.
Yes. What about the inaugural fashion? We saw everything yesterday. Ladies wearing bras, senators wearing shorts. These are some unbelievable choices.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Fetterman he just embodies the Americanness of everything, I guess. That's like how my uncle would go to the inauguration. Melania's hat looked like maybe she was going to throw it at James Bond. I don't know. I mean, you know, the whole thing, like, if it all wasn't weird enough, there's all of that. Like, then it becomes even weirder. You know, is Mark Zuckerberg looking down Bezos' wife's dress? I mean, you know.
A wild day, definitely.
Yeah.
But except for Melania's hat, one of the most awkward moments definitely was when Donald Trump, your new president, tried to kiss her, which didn't end. So it was like a very oops moment, no?
Yeah, I mean, I just imagine that's how they kiss all the time. I don't think he's touched her in years. You know, that's why the two of them, they didn't seem weirded out by it.
So what do you think, like, what is the general opinion of Americans on Melania? She's not really popular, no?
I don't think so, no. I mean, she's becoming more popular because Trump is more popular. But, you know, she's just kind of a strange person. Yeah. You know, her English is not great. Okay, my Croatian's not great, so I can't really, like, you know, attack her for that. But, you know, she...
Not the most popular person in America.
Yeah, she kind of has the Balkan not smiling face.
Yeah, Balkan not smiling face. So maybe she'll be better this time around. After all, this is Trump 2.0, so maybe it will be better. We'll see. Thank you, Cody, for an interesting conversation.
Thanks.